the SEC officially announced, kind of a bit out of nowhere, like I think around like noon or so, it was reported that there was some talks again about the SEC going to 9 games, and then I believe you said it was at 5 o'clock
Yeah,
because you messaged me that was annoying for you, but at
it
five
was.
o'clock they officially announced that the SEC will be going to 9 games starting the 2026 season, and every team's going to have 3 constant rivals that they play every single year while rotating the other 6 teams. So you're going to be playing every team every other season, which is really cool now. So Georgia can finally go visit Texas A&M some point within the next 4 years at least. And we'll get to play Auburn again, which we done once since like 2012. So that's
Yeah.
going to be nice to do. But all the talk is about who is Florida's rivals going to be. Now, Georgia's going to be one. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
There's a couple, like, most teams have one team that Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Like, everyone, nearly everyone, I should say, has one of those teams that they're going to be on the one of those 3. And then we start getting the question of who are the other 2 for Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think if you ask most Florida fans who the biggest rivals are, they'll probably say Tennessee and then LSU.
Yeah, probably now they'd say LSU. I mean, if you ask an old head, they might say Auburn. But I'd say right now, like if you ask like median age Florida fan right now, they'd probably say Tennessee and LSU.
Yeah, but then you have the question of, man, Florida's had the toughest schedule, like one of, if not the toughest schedules now, back-to-back years. Like, we'll see what happens this year, obviously, but Florida's schedule is going to be really tough this year. It was really tough last year, and if you're saying every single year we're going to be playing UGA, LSU, and Tennessee, and then you add on the fact that we're going to be playing, imagine we get a season where we're playing Georgia, Alabama, Texas, if LSU and Tennessee are at the top of the conference, like, that's a legit possibility to happen. And it would just be absolutely insane. And then you have another team like an Ole Miss who's like, oh, their toughest rivals, Mississippi State. And then they maybe skip like Oklahoma or someone like, and then another.
They'll get LSU. I bet they'll get LSU. That's a pretty big rivalry, the Magnolia Bowl, historically.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. But like, I saw a graphic for Mississippi State, I think. Or Auburn. No, it was Mississippi State. And it was like Ole Miss, Auburn, and Kentucky.
Yeah.
And the schedule, the difference between that and what Florida's 3 are is just night and day.
So I feel pretty strongly. I mean, I don't know if we want to get into it yet, but like I feel pretty strongly in saying that's not what Florida's 3 is going to be. I don't necessarily. There's like 2 different things I could see them doing. Some of the one, I think it might come out of left field. I mean, do we want to get into what we personally think it's going to be?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think, I mean, obviously it's going to be Georgia as one of them. I feel pretty confident in saying one of the other 2 will be Kentucky.
That's one that I've thought about.
I think the fact that, still an old SEC East rivalry, frankly, Kentucky, a team without a lot of natural rivalries, I think you might kind of, and that kind of leads into my next one, which I haven't really seen a lot of people predict. I think South Carolina is going to be the 3rd one. And I think it's partially, I think, well, so here's the thing. Tennessee and LSU all have bigger rivalries. Like, I mean, Tennessee, 100% they're going to play Georgia. 100% they're going to play Alabama.
Well, actually, is Tennessee 100% going to play Georgia?
100% they're going to play Alabama. 100% they're going to play Vanderbilt. Yeah. I think the 3rd one is almost guaranteed to be Georgia, though. I think because of the proximity, I think they're 100% going to have that be an annual rivalry. LSU, they're going to play Bama. They're going to play Ole Miss, I think, and they're going to play Arkansas. Maybe you swap Ole Miss with A&M or something. But like, it's more a function of like, there are other rivalries that have to be protected. Whereas like Kentucky and South Carolina, I think you're going to struggle to find protected rivalries for them. So I think they're just going to lean on, hey, these teams played every year for, 30 years as part of the SEC East. Why not? That's kind of what I think is going to happen.
So my thought process was that Florida's probably we're going to get Georgia. And then my thought was, okay, we're probably going to get one of LSU or Tennessee, and then one of Kentucky or South Carolina. I don't know
Maybe.
if they'll give us both Kentucky and South Carolina.
I think there's like no chance we get LSU. I think if we got LSU, that would stun me. I don't think they're going to protect that one. I mean, I didn't even realize until this week that one actually has been annual since 1971. So there's definitely history there. But I don't know. Like, it's just like I think you have to keep LSU Alabama because that's kind of a newer money rivalry.
I think that's one that could get thrown out the window.
I don't know, man. That's been how many times in the last 20 years has that been the biggest game of the season in the SEC? Like, I just think it's too much of a new money rivalry for them to get rid of it.
And it was always the CB, or it's been for a while, the CBS or now ABC. It was night game. Everyone gets that, but like it was the night game. But so it's like
like their one flex option night game. Yeah.
I mean, Rob right here saying
Rob, like
LSU Alabama is gone.
So Alabama's going to have Tennessee and Auburn for sure. Who would be the third then? Because I don't think there's an obvious third for Alabama.
No, you're right. I don't think there was an obvious third, but then again, it's like maybe they have one in mind. Like I saw an Alabama fan saying Mississippi State is like a huge rival of theirs, and it's like you're just saying that to get the easier schedule.
It is, but they've beaten them. They haven't beaten them since 2014. It's like not, and probably before that it had been another 10 years at least. So like I don't think that's really a real rivalry at this point.
I think they beat him in like 2007.
Yeah, they might have beaten him in 2007, the year that Bama lost to like Louisiana Monroe, Saban's first year, maybe. Yep. But like, and they beat him in 2014, the Dak year. But like, other than that, they haven't won in that series. I mean, maybe they keep it. I mean, you also kind of have to make these balanced because, like you said, like some of them do just look pretty unbalanced when you look at like what the logical teams would be. I mean, I think if it's what I said, I think that would be great news for Florida. I don't think any Florida fan would complain about it being about South Carolina and Kentucky being the other two.
Rob, Alabama is not going to play Auburn, Tennessee, and another top-tier team. I don't think Auburn or Tennessee are top-tier teams.
No,
I think
Auburn hasn't been good in a while, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw Auburn hasn't won like 10 games since 2019? Did they win 10 games in 2019? I think they went 9-3 in 20. I think it was 2017.
Yeah, 17 was the year they were one game away from the playoffs.
Yeah, they were the SEC championship.
Yeah, and then Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's won in that series twice in 25 years, something like that.
I think Tennessee's a good tier 2 team, like in a general consensus, but like this year they're not going to be a tier 2 team or like tier 4.
Maybe they might be like a very bottom end of tier 2 team. I could maybe see that, but yeah, I agree with your general point.
So yeah, another team that's been thrown around quite a bit for Florida, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that one I don't really get that one, especially because like I think Oklahoma, there's such obvious other options. I mean, Texas and Missouri are no brainers there.
Yep.
I mean, and then give them A&M, give them Arkansas. Both of those make
LSU,
way more sense. Or LSU. Yeah, even LSU. I mean, I don't really know. It's not even like there's the national championship game, but Florida that's like the only time Florida's like ever played Oklahoma. Like when was the last time Florida? I mean, they haven't played since then. They played in the Cotton Bowl. I forgot about that. I've put that game out of my memory.
Spencer Rattler game, yeah.
The Kyle Trask Cotton Bowl. That one's just not. That one has been memory hold. So I guess that game did happen. I stand corrected. But yeah, I don't really get the Oklahoma chatter. I've seen Auburn too, which I wouldn't complain about. It's the closest SEC school, which is kind of crazy.
Old time rivalry.
I just don't see it happening because I think Auburn just has other games they're gonna give them.
I mean, LSU Auburn was also a game that.
Yeah, that one got. They
didn't play this year though.
Yeah, that one got the axe with the format they went to for 24 and 25. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's also part of it, like you mentioned, like there's other factors like rivalries that have kind of aren't real. Like you mentioned, like Mississippi State's, like Kentucky being one of them. Like that's not a real rivalry, but because neither of those teams had like real cross division rivals, that just was the protected rival. So it kind of like organically developed into one, sort of how like Florida and LSU did. So like they'll probably keep ones like that too. So like there's that to keep in mind for like I think Vanderbilt's was Ole Miss, so that one will probably stay. Vanderbilt's like maybe old East-West cross division, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see how they do this.
I mean, hey, now you got Alabama and Vanderbilt being a rival because of Diego Pavia.
True. Yeah.
I mean, Vanderbilt in the entire state of Alabama.
Yeah, really, just Diego Pavia just has a bone to pick with that entire state. He really has personally
Can't
made it his
blame him.
vendetta to bring them pain.
But so with this, there comes also a new rule in the SEC. Every SEC team has to schedule at least one power conference power four out of conference opponent. Now with Florida, we already have FSU scheduled for every year, but we also have a bunch of other non-conference games scheduled with the likes of Arizona State. I believe everyone with Cal and Colorado. So we already had a bunch of them scheduled. And Notre Dame, I think, was even scheduled.
One of those got canceled. Colorado, we had. I think Cal might have gotten canceled. One of them got canceled.
Okay, maybe Cal did get canceled, but we already had a bunch of those types scheduled. And if you look at, I believe I sent it to you, 2028, we were scheduled to play out of conference at Arizona State, Colorado, at FSU, and Furman. So now, just by default, one of those are going to have to be rescheduled, or either rescheduled or just canceled straight up. And it's not going to be FSU, and it's probably not going to be Furman, being realistic here.
No.
Can't do Billy's alma mater like that, but big time game for them. But
yeah.
So it's probably going to be one of Colorado or at Arizona State. And I mean, I think if you're looking at it from a from TV and viewership, I mean, I guess both of them. I mean, Arizona State's just made the playoffs last year, had that fun game against Texas, so they're high up. And Colorado has Dion right now, but how
will
long
they in
is
2028?
That's what I was getting at. Are they going to have them in 2028 is the question. So, I mean, based on if you want the easier schedule, you probably take Colorado at home. But maybe TV deals to go into Arizona State, and it's a home and home with both of them, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Yeah, that would be my guess, would be that Arizona State's the one that gets cut. I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of have like counterproductive thoughts on this, because I still, even though there's obviously now especially because Florida plays FSU every year, there's all the benefit in the world to just get rid of all those games. Why play them? You don't need them. They can only really hurt you, which I still kind of want those games to be played, even though I'm really glad Florida's not opening with one of them this year. But I don't know. Like, I'd like let's keep the Notre Dame one. Like, they've got home and home with Notre Dame in like 2030 or something. Let's keep, like, that's cool. I'm sorry. Like, I want to keep that.
Yeah, that's one that I don't think really anyone. I don't think that's a game that people think about, but when it happens, hopefully both of us are on top of the college football world, and it's going to be one of those games that are like, wait, Florida and Notre Dame play this year or for the next 2 years? Like, that's going to be a really fun series there. But no, I think it's a really good rule, because now you can't have like Missouri. Now, I mean, let me go and double check Missouri's schedule. But like, if you check Missouri's schedule, Central Arkansas. Okay, they host Kansas, so that does count technically. And I mean, Kansas looked decent. But then there are other games: Central Arkansas, UMass, and Louisiana. I mean, I guess they would still have Kansas. So it's just gonna stop other SEC teams from having really easy schedules.
Yeah, and like, again, like a decent chunk of the SEC, this isn't really a problem for, like, just Georgia, South Carolina, Kentucky, off the top of my head. Like, a lot of these teams have annual out-of-conference rivalries anyway. So, I mean, I think this is interesting. Like, this is something the coaches were really pushing for, which is interesting to me, because, like, I don't know if you remember, like a year ago, all the SEC signaling was really anti-moving to 9 games. And then Sankey kind of had to backtrack, because at spring meetings this year, a lot of the coaches sort of privately and then publicly came out in favor of this model. They wanted a 9-game model with guaranteed. I think actually what the coaches were pushing for was they wanted guaranteed games between the Big Ten and SEC specifically, not just guaranteed power conference game or power conference teams. But yeah, I mean, I think this model overall, like, I think 9 games is good. I think, more SEC games, especially with the playoff almost certainly being about to move to 16 teams, more margin for error. Like, I think this is overall going to be, I mean, you can feel, people feel different ways about like devaluing the regular season, but ultimately, like, I think this is going to make for some pretty fun conference games and conference races.
What I think this will also lead to is I think it's going to lead to a 16-team playoff, or at least the SEC and Big Ten getting auto bids. Like the top 4 teams getting guaranteed bids into the playoff.
That's it, because that's what the Big Ten wants. The SEC has they initially wanted that, and they've now more moved toward just straight seed them 1 to 16. I'm not really sure why that is, unless it's just like they just want to throw the Big Ten under the bus. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see, because that's kind of the main debate that's preventing like some decision in terms of expansion, because there's just a lot of disagreement there. But I mean, yeah, I think we're probably heading toward a situation where if you finish in the top 5 of the SEC, at least top 4, you're probably either de facto or officially going to be a playoff lock. So
yeah, that's probably what we're getting at here. But hey, what this means is we're going to be getting more good football games for the Gators, although I think we already have plenty of them, so that's never really been the question with that's not been the question these past couple of years, but we're now going to get more other good SEC matchups, whether it's SEC games or SEC versus their out-of-conference opponents. I mean, hopefully we don't just get Texas. I mean, Texas has scheduled tough games, actually, so I can't really go after them, but hopefully we don't just get like Alabama scheduling Purdue to go and beat them up and get a free Power 4 win. But
I think that's probably going to happen to a decent amount.
Maybe Purdue will decline those games and in favor go and play maybe a Big 12 opponent.
That'd be pretty funny if they keep trying to schedule like Northwestern and like Wake Forest, and those teams are just like, no, we won't do that.